Hello, everyone, and welcome to another match preview show on Football Talk Podcast. My name is Ozzie, and I'm your host for this evening. The Champions League is back, and we're almost at the end of the first phase, as Liverpool will be facing Lille at Anfield for match day 7. So, during the show, we'll discuss the recent form of both teams, predict the lineups with a tactical breakdown, and also present a score prediction. So, let's discuss the form of our opponent. In terms of the Champions League, Lille have produced some decent and surprising results. They've won 4 games this season. They've beat Real Madrid 1-0. They also beat Atletico 3-1, so a double on the two Madrid teams there. They beat Bologna 2-1, and they also recently beat Sturm Graz 3-2. They also drew at Juventus at home, but lost in the opening game against Sporting, which ended 2-0. So they've had a great start to their Champions League campaign and could qualify for automatic qualification as they're currently in 8th place. The star man in the Champions League has to be Jonathan David, 4 goals in 6 games. So certainly a player to watch in this fixture. In addition, he's also actually been linked with a move to Liverpool. So it'll be interesting to see how he performs firsthand and also identify if he's good enough for a move to Liverpool. He's currently um, got a few months remaining in his contract, so he will be available for free agents. So it'll be interesting to see if Liverpool pursue the player in the future. Now, in terms of league form for Lille, 3 wins and 2 draws in the last 5 games, including cup games. They beat Nice 2-1 on the weekend, so they'll be walking into this game in some good form. Also, some familiar names in this little squad. I mentioned Jonathan David earlier on, but they also have Baka, who's been playing further up the pitch on the wings, as he's generally a fullback, where he used to play at Bayer Leverkusen and also Atlanta, which is in fact his current team, as he's only on loan at Lille for this season. They also have former PSG and Dortmund fullback Meunier. They also have former United midfielder Angel Gomez, and also another Gomez in the name of Andre Gomez, who of course used to play for Everton. So let's see if any of these players will start in this fixture. Now, in terms of Liverpool, we already know how well we're doing. Still undefeated in the Champions League, top of the table, 6 wins out of 6, 13 goals scored, and only 1 goal conceded. So let's be frank, our form has been exceptional in this competition. But with that being said, it'll be interesting to see what lineup we go for into this fixture, as qualification is pretty much secured. And after this fixture, there's only one more game remaining in the first phase. So will Arne rotate for this fixture? I'm not so sure, as he normally feels a very strong team in the Champions League. But if it was me, I would rotate the squad and rest some of our big players, as this game for me doesn't really have huge importance in terms of our upcoming games. So let's move on and present the team news and see who's available for this fixture, and then we can predict the lineups going forward. In terms of Liverpool, Joe Gomez is still a few weeks away from returning to action. Unfortunately, Diogo Jota picked up an injury last week and could be out for a number of weeks, according to Onslaught, who confirmed this in the press conference earlier today. From what we know, the rest of the squad should be available. In terms of Lille, Thiago Santos is out for the rest of the season. Samuel Mtiti, the former Barcelona centre back, is unavailable for this fixture as he's not fully fit. Mbappe's younger brother, Ethan Mbappe, is not available. You've also got former Spurs midfielder Nabil Bantaleb, uh, Zagrozba, and Fernandez Padova, who are not available for this fixture. But despite that, Lille are expected to field a strong lineup against the Reds. So let's present a graphic and then we can present the predicted lineups as well. So we'll start with the away team and then we'll go and discuss Liverpool. So in terms of Lille, I'm expecting it to be Chevalier, who's generally their first choice goalkeeper. So let's add him into the lineup. Chevalier, there he is, French goalkeeper. And then you've got Meunier, former PSG. right back. And then on the left side, you've got Ismaili, Brazilian fullback there. And then in terms of the two centre backs, you've got Alexandro, if I can spell his name correctly. There you go, Alexandro Ribeiro. And you also have Diakite as well. So that is the two centre back to form the back line. In terms of the double pivot, I did mention that Andre Gomez is a player that is in the squad. I think he'll go for a different player. It's an Andre, but it's not that Andre. Where is he? If I can find him. Okay, let me go to Lille. Then I'll be able to find him like that. It's this fella here. This Andre, not Andre Gomez, and then it will be alongside uh Buadi. So Buadi. Is that not how you spell his name? That's not. Let me confirm how you spell his name. Let me just type in Lil. I'll be able to find him like that. Bentleb, no, it's uh, it seems to not be there, which is very strange. Unless he goes by another name, or in this website anyway. Buwadi. Ayub Buwadi. So it's here we go. Hopefully he's on this website, otherwise I'll probably have to make him up at some. No, doesn't seem to be on here for some reason. So what I'll do, I'll just have to create him. So let me see if there's a player that's faceless in the little team. We'll just do Andre Gomez and then just put Wadi. Even though he's not, no, he's not Portuguese, is he? Where is Buadi from? Buadi is he's French football player. So yeah, let's try and get rid of him. Bit annoying he's not there. I would have done a better. Do you know what? Let's just do. Oh no, he's got. It's just not working out for me. I'm trying to do it where you have the nationality as well as let's try this. So we'll make him Buadi. So yeah, there we go. Somehow got there in the end. So we've got Andre and Buadi starting in the double pivot in terms of the number 10. I know Harrelson played over the weekend, but I think they will go for Cabela, who you may be familiar with. He actually had a little spell at Newcastle United a few years ago. So he will start in their number 10 position. Baka will play. Don't he plays on the left side, but he actually plays right wing in this team. So we're interested to see how he plays. And then on the other side, we have Sarawi. So yes, there we go, Moroccan player there on the left wing. And up top, you've got Jonathan David. So there he is. So that is my predicted lineup for Lille. Now, in terms of players to look out for, obviously Munya, we know he's a very attack-minded fullback, but defensively sound as well, quite built in stature. So a player that will be on the overlap. So we need to make sure we're keeping an eye on him. Baka generally plays on the left-hand side, but in this team he's playing on the right. He's got a great delivery, so if he cuts in with his left foot, expect him to have a shot on goal or chip the ball over the Liverpool defense. So he will be their creative outlet. Sarai is a left winger, so he will provide the width and pace on that side. And Jonathan David, tradition number 9, but can drop deep as well, so can cause a bit of confusion for the back line. He won't be up against whoever the two centre backs are, so he will be roaming around the outside of the box as well. And Cabela, very tricky player, will be attacking the lines over here. So this is my predicted lineup. So feel free to drop a comment and let me know what you guys think. Now let's move on to the Liverpool team. So I know there's going to be different variations of opinions with regards to the lineup. Some will go for a very strong lineup. Some will go for a pure rotated squad. I'm trying to find a balance in between. So for me, in this fixture, what I would do, I know I said predicted lineup, but I'm thinking Arnold may do the same as well. I'd go for Kelleher in this fixture, just to give Allison a bit of a rest and then play him for the Ipswich game this weekend. I would go for Conor Bradley in this fixture. And left back, I'd reinstate Robertson, who was rested against Brentford. So I think he'll start in this fixture. And Van Dijk, unfortunately, will have to play just because Konate is not fully fit and Joe Gomez is not available. Had one of them been fully fit, then I would have played Konate or Joe Gomez, or maybe both of them instead of Van Dijk. And big shouts for Endo to play in this one. I'm actually going for Kwanzaa to start in this one. I think in his last performance, he didn't do too bad, in my opinion. So I think he'll get a start in this one. But don't worry, I haven't forgotten Endo entirely. Endo does start in my team, but I would like him to start in the midfield. So Endo, and this will be a surprise for many of you. I'm actually going for Tyler Morton. I would like him to get some game time, only because I think Gravenberg and McAllister need a bit of a break. McAllister's form has dipped quite a bit, in my opinion. Gravenberg has played at a good level, but I think he needs a bit of a rest. So for me, this is a game where, if we lose, it's not end of the world. We're still in a very good position. So why not play the likes of Morton, who hasn't had much game time, um, get some valuable Champions League experience under his belt. And it's a good opposition, and it's at Anfield as well, so it'll be a special moment for the young player. So I would play Morton in this fixture, and I would actually go for Curtis Jones in the number 10 role. Uh, you probably know my opinion about Jones in that role. It's not my favorite position for him. I prefer to see him playing in the double pivot. I feel like his skill set is more suited in that role. However, I feel like because he hasn't played much in recent weeks, this will be a good game for him to regain some momentum. And I've been a big sort of voice in terms of playing Harvey Elliott. Harvey Elliott will play in this game, but for me, he starts on the right side, just because I want Salah to be rested. I have a feeling Salah might start because Arsenal normally does go with a stronger attacking lineup, but I'm going to go for Harvey on the right hand side. A lot of shouts for Chiesa to start in this one, and I'm a big advocate of Chiesa uh, in terms of playing for Liverpool and starting some games. I just think this one's a bit too early from the performance that I saw against Brentford. He had a decent cameo, but he just doesn't look like he's fully up to speed, in my opinion. So I don't expect him to start the game. So I'm actually going for Diaz because I think Diaz has dipped in form a little bit. So maybe revert him back to the left wing would do him some good and probably give him a bit more confidence going forward. So I start Luis Diaz on the left hand side, and I have to give it to Darwin Nunes. He will lead the line for us after two goals against Brentford. His confidence is sky high, so why not give him that momentum into this fixture? So that is my predicted lineup. Feel free to drop a comment. Let me know what you guys think. I know it will be different to a lot of content creators, but this is just my perception here. Now, in terms of the score prediction, I think it will be a tough fixture, but I still believe Liverpool have enough quality to get the win. So I'm going to go for a 2-0 victory. Now, in terms of goal scorers, I'm going to go for Harvey Elliott. And I'm going to go for Darwin Nunes to be on the score sheet. So this is my predicted lineup, and that is also the end of the match preview. Before I close the show, I'm just going to go through some of the comments, and we can take it from there. So we've got Abdul, big up Abdul as always. He says we need to beat Spurs in second leg EFL Cup at Anfield. 1-0 aggregate, no away goals. We certainly do. Still got a long way until that fixture turns up. I think we're playing them on the 6th of Feb, so still got a couple of weeks to focus on that game. But as it stands, the focus is on the Champions League with this fixture coming up. I'm sure we'll be in a better position for that one, and then rest a few players for Plymouth in the FA Cup for France. So that'll be the game after the Tottenham one that you just mentioned. For me, I wouldn't rest a few players. I'd rest predominantly the whole squad and play the similar kind of team that played against Accrington Stanley. That would be my way of looking at it. But until that time comes, we will see from there onwards. Daz says, "Big up Ozzy. Hope you're well today. Big up yourself, Daz. I'm doing okay. Hope you are well." Nick says, "All right, all right, all right. Big up yourself, Nick." Uh, Nick has gone for a 3-1 prediction for Liverpool, and Daz's predicted lineup is Kelleher, Bradley, Kwanzaa, Van Dijk, Costas, Dom, Jones, McAllister, Mo, Nunes, and Youngland. So I think you're referring to uh, Ngamoa. So for me, I wouldn't play Ngamoa in this one. I don't think it's the right game to put him on. In terms of other selection, defense is pretty much similar. Obviously, I've got Robertson, you've got Costa Simicast. The midfield, you've gone a little bit stronger. So yeah, I don't see there being sort of any issues in terms of your predictions or mine. I would just like us to rotate a little bit more and utilize the squad because we haven't done so in recent weeks. And for me, this game doesn't really have huge value. Yes, we're undefeated, and it's a good thing to say out loud. But at the end of the day, qualification is the most important thing. So I would rather us, play a sort of mixed squad of experience and youth, and then going into the Ipswich game, make sure we're fully up to speed and make sure we get the 3 points. Because for me, the league campaign is a bit more important. I know everyone has a special attachment to the Champions League, and of course I do as well. But for me, I really want that league title this season. So I don't want us to lose any momentum or any grip towards lifting that trophy. So for me, it's important to get the win on the weekend. And this game is a bonus in my eyes. We've done the hard work. We've won 6 games. So yeah, that's just what I'm thinking right now. And that says, do we know when Jota could be back, Ozzy? So Arsenal confirmed today that it could be a matter of weeks until he returns. So my guess would be that he won't be back until March because we're approaching end of January right now. I don't see him returning before that. So maybe early March would be the sort of pinpointers of when he could return. But it is frustrating because he's not played much. He's played more of a bit part role since he returned from his previous injury, and he's picked up another one. So I can understand why fans are, getting frustrated and suggesting that we should probably sell him in the summer. I'm not quite on that train yet because I do feel like he has a lot of quality. For me, I just wouldn't regard him as our number one choice striker. I would like us to sign a top striker in the summer, and then he can be sort of like the backup for that striker and be utilized a little bit more in terms of upcoming fixtures. So no, for me, I wouldn't sell him. But in terms of his return, yeah, I expect him to return in February, which is not ideal. But we still have a lot of players in the squad that can do a decent job until then. And Daz has gone for a 3-0 prediction. So yeah, big up yourself, Daz. And that is the end of the comments there. Big up to Abdul, big up to Daz, big up to Nick. Appreciate your comments as always, guys. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Now, in terms of upcoming content on the channel, I'll be doing a live watching for this game tomorrow. I believe it's the 8 p.m. kickoff, so I'll be live from 7:50 p.m. UK time, and then we'll also have a match reaction show after the game, and then actually, I even forgot to mention there will be a Premier League review show before the watch along. Time to be confirmed. It could be just before the game. It could be during the day. I haven't sort of checked my schedule yet, so just be on the lookout for that one. And then on Wednesday we should have another show, possibly a transfer talk show. As we discuss all the rumors in the Premier League, and then on Thursday we'll have our match preview of Liverpool versus Ipswich Town. I'll be joined by a special guest, so make sure to look out for that. So yes, please, please, please make sure you hit that notification bell so you know what time I'm going live. And yeah, you can also follow me on social media for all the latest updates. You can follow me at Ozzie ozzy_ftp on Instagram, and you can also follow me at Ozzie_ftp on X/Twitter. So that is it for this evening, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Take care, stay safe, and I hope to see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.